Our world is facing many problems. One of them is the pollution, which is caused by the usage of non-renewable energy sources, which caused many problems like global warming and emitting of greenhouse gases. The idea works on convert illumination contrast from partial shadow castings into electricity. This idea comprises a set of shadow cells arranged on a flexible and transparent plastic film. Each shadow cell is a thin film of gold deposited on a silicon wafer. The contrast in illumination induces a voltage difference between the shadow and illuminated sections, resulting in an electric current. When the cell is only partially illuminated, a significant electrical current is produced, as the cell becomes both a generator and a collector of energy. In 50% shadow, this panels can generate a power density of 0.14 microwatts per square centimeter under indoor conditions, 0.001 sun illumination, twice that of commercial silicon solar cell, as the shadow of a small area can charge a mobile phone or a smartwatch. 1/6 square centimeters, 0.9 square in panel can produce about 0.25 volts. Also, it can be used with the solar cells to make its efficiency higher as the solar panels are spaced and inclined to avoid shadows on each other, and energy per area produced is lower than that of the shadow panels, so it can be used between the solar panels to boost its power. It can serve as a self-powered sensor for monitoring moving objects. When an object passes by the shadow cell, it casts an intermittent shadow on the device and triggers the sensor to record the presence and movement of the object, and it doesn't need vast open fields to be placed on, as it can be used in houses and in cities where there are lots of shadow spots, and it can be used on car surface with solar cells reduce the fuel consumption of cars and lower the air pollution caused of transportation methods. Panels are cheaper and easier to make compared to solar cells and other renewable energy sources, as the materials used in creating renewable energy installations include neodymium, dysprosium, cadmium, tellurium, gallium, indium, and selenium. These materials have been used only recently, which means that they are limited or there is no recycle system to it yet, while the shadow cells use materials that are available in abundance. Also, it can be used in any place and under any condition, not like other renewable energy sources variation of output due to seasonal change, which is the common thing for wind and hydroelectric power plant, and the place this installment going to be built in, like wind turbines, can't work efficiently in Sahara Desert, but solar cells work very efficient on it. Conventional energy source based on coal, gas, and oil are very much helpful for the improvement in the economy of a country, but on the other hand, some bad impacts of these resources in the environment have bound us to use these resources within some limit and turned our thinking toward the renewable energy resources. The social, environmental, and economical problems can be omitted by the use of renewable energy sources, because these resources are considered environment-friendly, having no or little emission of exhaust and poisonous gases. As shadow energy is one of the renewable energy sources, it is going to be an important source for power generation in near future. The purpose of using it is to provide energy with reduced emissions of greenhouse gases. The concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere remained below 280 parts per million ppm for 800,000 years until the start of the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, and this concentration has risen from 280 ppm in 1780 up to 405 ppm in 2017. Nowadays, renewable energy resources, like wind, solar, biomass, biofuel, geothermal, etc., provide 15 to 20% of the total world's energy, and it's safe and sustainable energy. Using it might help in curing global warming, greenhouse gases, desertification, people's health, and the increase in fuel prices and the economy. Renewable energy resources have the ability to complete the world's energy demand, protect the environment, and provide energy security.